Good morning, Modern Steaders.
Good morning.
Here it is, August, and it's 49 degrees out this morning. We got sweatshirts and jackets on.
That's your perfect weather, you said.
I love this weather. We got a big day up at the off-grid property today. We're gonna be getting some power up there. It's gonna be nice to have that set up. First, we're gonna take care of all of our animals, get them fed, watered, and milked, and then we get to head on up above and see what the excavator operator finished up doing yesterday. I'm excited to see what that looks like too. Good morning, ladies. You're making some strange noises this morning. Good morning, Camo, little man. Pigs. Come on, ladies. That sun is some bright this morning. Whew. We got some good glare going on. Before I forget, I need to take this chain off and bring this chain up with us today to the off-grid property because we're gonna need it for the project. There we go. We're gonna need this today. Good morning, Miss Buttercup. You ate your grain already? You were hungry this morning, weren't you?
She's always hungry.
Take the bowl out of your way. There's plenty in the dish. Did you get your goat some new collars?
I did. The pretty new collar. Oh, here we go.
Aww.
Cute. Okay, we'll put it on. Boop, here you go. Look at you. Look at you two with your fancy new collars, huh?
You already got one, Daisy, huh? You came with yours.
Yeah.
And Hope is looking for just the right apple. Did you find it, Hope? She says not yet. I want to thank ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. What is ButcherBox, you ask? They're an online meat subscription delivered right to your home every month or whenever you want it. You go online, you sign up, you can get a monthly subscription, you can get a large box, you can get a small box, and the great thing about it is, if you need to postpone a shipment, you can. If you want to pause it, if you want to cancel, you can do that at any time, and then when you restart, they have all your information saved, and it works out really well. We love ButcherBox. We've been using them for over 7 months now. One of the things I really like about ButcherBox is all the delicious meats, but in the summertime, when it's been as busy as it has been with the off-grid property and just so much other stuff going on, I know you guys can relate. It's nice knowing that our freezer is stocked with good grass-fed beef from ButcherBox. One of the things that we've really been enjoying this summer is their frozen beef patties, hamburger patties, whatever you'd like to call them. We have a lot of them in the freezer, and it works out. So when we're up at the off-grid property, been working, when we come home, if we get home late, we can fire up the grill and we can cook the patties frozen. The directions say cook the patties frozen, and they come out perfect. So it's been a long day and we need a meal and we didn't plan ahead, or the time has gotten away from us. We know we're still going to be eating good because we're going to be having some grass-fed patties. I was excited when our ButcherBox showed up last night because this time we got lobster tails. And you know what? For all new members who sign up right now until August 15th, you're going to get 2 free lobster tails and 2 ribeye steaks. That's what we're going to be having for dinner tonight, guys. So stick around to the end of the video because we're going to be eating good. I'm going to be showing you the recipe we'll be using for our wild-caught lobster tail and for the ribeyes. So if you guys want to check out ButcherBox, click our link in the video description down below. And like I said, new members are going to get 2 free wild-caught lobster tails and 2 grass-fed ribeye steaks. Talk about a delicious surf and turf. So if you guys are looking for a good source of quality meats, check out butcherbox.com. Our link will be in the video description down below. You won't be disappointed. We've never been let down. All the meats that we've gotten from ButcherBox, we've enjoyed. We haven't had anything bad. So if you guys want to check them out, click the link in the video description down below. Stay on to the end of the video, and we're going to be cooking up some good food tonight for dinner. So thanks ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get on with the build. I need to load up a few things to bring up with us today for this project. We made it up to the after property. Now we're gonna head up to the pond and grab the outhouse. And we're gonna use the other side of the outhouse for our powerhouse. We also can check in on the pond because I raised the standpipe on the pond, so I'm curious to see what the water level looks like now. The pond level looks nice. It should be up to the top of that standpipe by now. So when we built this outhouse, we built it up here by the pond because this is the flattest area we had when we first bought this property. And we knew we were going to move it, so we built it on skids so we could move it all over the property depending on where we wanted to move it to. So now we're going to move it down by one of the hydrants that we just put in for the water lines. And it's a two-sided building. One side is a composting outhouse and the other side is where we're going to put all of our power and energy for now. And we're going to put some solar panels on this side of the roof, which is nice and long, so it'll house our panels nicely. The dock looks nice and level. Yeah, it looks like it's to the top of the standpipe. So the rock that was right here that was sticking out of water is just barely underwater right now. Some of it's still out. That water level is up about 9 inches. So that's working perfectly. We're just up a lot more level here in the edges. And that dock is nice and level now. I like that. It gives the fish some more water. The other day when I was up here working on the standpipe and putting the gasket on here, I needed to seal it up. I saw a bunch of crawfish. I'll put the video of that in right now. There's another baby crawfish right there, and that's a different one. I don't know if you can see him climbing up.
I'll go see right here.
You're gonna stay right there for the day? Can't say I blame you. put some D-rings on the skid so we can pull this down the road. We have about a half a mile trek back to the Homestead site. Should have brought a towel or something to lay on. It is cold and wet on the ground.
There's probably a towel in the truck.
Pink, my favorite color.
Looks good on you.
And flowers, even better. My battery's dead. That's better. So much faster with a good battery. All right, that's one in. Let's go get one more in for now. I want to do it this way, so if I need to lift up on the building at all, I can raise my 3-point hitch and hopefully be able to pick this up if I need to pick it up at any point if I get stuck somewhere. Let's see how this goes. Let's put it in medium range. Seems to be pulling pretty good. I can't even tell it's behind me, which is kind of scary. I mean, it's a good thing that the tractor's pulling it nice and easy, but it's also kind of scary to think it's pulling that good. Let's go a little bit further and then we'll stop and check and see how everything's going. Let's make sure we're not tearing anything up. The D-bolt is good. The door's shut. I'm liking it. We built it to be able to do this, but if you've never moved it before, you never know how the first time's gonna go. Sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking. I don't think we're gonna worry about speeding today. 2 miles an hour. Want to get out and check, make sure everything's still going good, because it seems to be going good, but I don't want to be breaking nothing and not knowing it. No? All seems well. It's time to get up to the area that is muddy and pretty potholy right now, so it'll be interesting to see how the tractor and the building behind us pulls through this. I'm not worried about the tractor getting through because we haven't been having issues with the tractor, but I just don't know how the building's going to pull through all this stuff. right, we made it. It seemed to have gone good. Let's check it out and see if there's any damage to the building. Door still opens. Our composting toilet's right there looking good. I don't see any damage on this side. Ooh. Not sure what happened here, but that board split. I don't know if I hit something pulling it up the hill or what. And then this door, I had to latch it. I got a ladder in here and just some leftover wood, but that all seems good. I don't see any structural issues. So it pulled nicely. Now we just gotta figure out the exact location for it. Better than that, I'll put the torque on the tractor. So right here, the angle this is at, we're a little bit more southwest than I'd like to be, so we're going to disconnect the chain, then I'll have to just take this front corner and push it this way and angle it this way a little bit more so it'll be directly south. And by doing that, we should keep most of the shadows of the trees off the building. Front to back, we're not that far off, really. In 4 feet, we need to come up almost 4 inches. So I'm gonna say we have to come up 8 inches on the other side. That's pretty close. the top actually needs to come this way. If anything, I felt like it was leaning this way, but this is telling me it's leaning that way a little bit, so I'm happy with that. It'll settle and I bet you'll be perfect. Yeah, we're not even off 1/4 of an inch right now. So see, front to back, we're dead on. Perfect, I like that.
Oh yeah, it feels just like it was at the pond.
I think it's gonna work out perfect. The sun is there and it's gonna keep going, I think, on the other side of them trees. So we're not gonna get any shade on that roof, so it's gonna be perfect for solar. Is this the gas station? Or fuel station, I should say. Take whatever you got for diesel.
Self-serve.
Self-serve, what? A little noisy right now. They're working on setting the culvert so I can start doing the driveway soon. We need to figure out our layout for our solar panels on this side of the roof. It's going to take a few minutes to figure out our layout and get all the math going in my head, so that'll be all nice and right. we're gonna grill up some lobster tails and some ribeye steaks from butcherbox.com for dinner tonight. I have a 1/4 cup of butter here. I'm gonna get this melting. This is garlic from the garden. It's our first garlic we've ever grown here. Oh, and that smells so good. We gotta harvest it all, but I took 1 clove out the other night. This garlic on our lobsters is gonna be delicious. And take our lobsters and cut them down the center. And I'm gonna stick a skewer in them, and this will keep the tails from curling while we're cooking them. A little bit of avocado oil and some salt. We got our ribeyes here. We're gonna do a little bit of salt, pepper, and some onion powder. What do you guys like to put on your steaks? This is what we do on our steaks and our burgers, and it just sends it over the top. Don't need a lot, just a little bit. Get this grill cleaned up. We're gonna cook the lobsters 6 minutes on each side. Bam. Alright, it's been 6 minutes and look at them lobsters. That's hot! Woo. Yikes! Dear Lord, wonderful day. It feels good to have the composting outhouse / PowerHouse down by the Homestead site. This is where it's going to be our temporary PowerHouse. We'll get more into that in the next couple of videos, but it feels good to have it down here. The 2x4s on top of the tin, siliconed in place. It's not the way I would do it if it was my house, but this is a shed, so I'm not worried about the roof. It's gonna be fine, but if it was a house, I would have done it differently. This is just the most affordable way we're gonna be able to get solar on them and make the PowerHouse. I don't want to go into too much detail and give it away because we're gonna be doing that in the next couple of videos, but I am relieved to have it down there. The move went well. I know we designed it and built it to move it, but you just never know until you do it. If you guys are looking for some delicious lobster, click the link in the video description down below to Butcher Box. They have some amazing lobster tails. We had those tonight for dinner. Man, so good. If you're a new member, if you sign up before August 15th, you get 2 free lobster tails and 2 free ribeyes in your first order. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. I want to thank all the viewers like you and our sponsors like ButcherBox. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here at Lumnah Acres. So thanks for coming along on our journey, and we'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.